Here at Ékleer, our vision is to enhance users' daily lives. Utilize a smartphone's full capability so that browsing and work can be done on a brighter, bigger screen. Or evolve the workplace, removing the need for messy cables or heavy chargers, saving space, time and additional costs. Work like a PC, play like a TV.
You're watching Tech Talk in affiliation with Tech for Techs. We're a community that supports independent trade with the help of vendors and distributors. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. London time, and we'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, TuneIn, and many more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, and your host, Philip Griffiths.
Hello everyone and welcome to Tech for Tech Tech Talk. This is a live show where we help your IT business grow. Today's show is all about i3i distribution and its partners. If you do have any questions for them or anything later in the show, we do have a Q&A as well. So feel free to send them in and obviously they'll go through them all for you and they may even interact with you throughout the show if they're not too shy. First of all, just a warning, we've got Russell on the show from Lexar. It's not that he's a little bit slow or anything like that. He's just got a bit of computer issues where there's a bit of a delay. So if he seems like he's struggling, that's why. So, right. Okay. So if you guys can see us, please comment in the comment section. Let us know where you are, where you're viewing from, if you can see us, if you can hear us. So I know I'm not just talking to myself and rambling on like some madman. Right. Okay. So, well, we've got Kevin saying evening, so at least one person's watching the show anyway. So, right, let me get rid of these graphics on the screen. So, here we go. So we can see who everyone is. So, first of all, I'll get Seb and Paul to introduce themselves. So, let us know who you are, where you're from, what you do, and let's go from there.
If I'll kick things off then. So, I'm Seb. I've been with i3i probably 4 months now. We're based in Warwick, and I work under Paul.
So, hello everyone, I'm Paul. I'm Head of Business Development. I work under Neil and Gavin, and yeah.
Okay.
Hi everyone, this is Matthew Chung. I'm CEO of the Ékleer. I'd like to say hello from Asia, from Korea.
Welcome to the show. And Russell, let's get a delayed response from you.
Hello, everyone. Yes, Russell Gordge, working with Lexar now for 3 years as their retail manager in Nordics, and more recently joined as head of EMEA for marketing for Lexar, where I'll be looking after the PR agents, the likes of testings, reviews with Phil, and continuing to our journey now with the new listing with the i3i.
Well, thank you very much, Russell. And on to you, Neil.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Neil Jensen. I'm the CEO of i3i Distribution. I'd first like to thank Matthew and Russell for taking the time. Obviously, Matthew from Korea, 4 a.m. start for you today. So appreciate that, Matthew. And yeah, just obviously we just got to do our best to understand Russell with a few small delays, but everything will be fine. And thanks again for Phil for hosting tonight. Appreciate that.
That's no problem. Right, before we go any further, guys, we do have a competition on tonight. So obviously you've got a chance to win. We've got the Ékleer 24-inch monitor. If you don't know about them, they'll tell you more about them in a few minutes. We've also got a 27-inch monitor up for grabs. You've got 2 sticks of 8 gigs of DDR4. Is it Aries? Is the correct pronunciation? DDR4 memory?
Aries.
And we've also got Aries, yeah, and 1 TechWare Forge L case as well. To win, you will need, let me put the link on the screen and I'll post it as well. you will need to go to this link. It's a SurveyMonkey link, so just click the link, fill your details in, and you'll be entered into the draw to win one of those items. Again, there's 2 monitors, a 24-inch, 27-inch. You've got some DDR4 RAM, and you've also got that Forge L case as well, which I think everything on there I've reviewed apart from the Aries memory, which hopefully I'll be getting some of that pretty soon. But Lexar stuff's usually pretty good, so I don't expect anything bad from them. Right, let's quickly go through chat before we go any further. So we've got quite a few people in chat. Guys, if you are in chat, do me a favor. If your name is popping up as Facebook user, click the link I've just put in the chat. No, not that link. That was definitely not the link. I'll find the link in a few minutes. But here we go. Let me find it. There's always one link what decides not to work when you press the button. Here we go. I'll put it on the screen there. So it's chat.restream.io/FB. It'll allow your name to be shown on the stream so you don't all just come up as Facebook user. We've got Kevin saying evening. We've got Alison also saying hello, everyone. We've got Facebook user saying hi there. We've got Nick Ékleer as well saying he can hear us out loud and clear. We've got someone from Turks Limited, is that pronounced? If I've pronounced it wrong, feel free to message me and complain as much as you want. We've also got another Facebook user saying hi. We've got Rayleigh Computer Shop as well. We've got Blue Bolt PC saying evening all, and we've got Macaulay Stevenson saying hello all. So we've got 1 or 2 people watching by the looks of it. So right, let's go on to the main thing. So let's start off with Seb to start off the show and get us rolling.
Sure. Well, I guess just before I start, thank you to everybody for joining us. And Phil, thank you very much for having us. I guess there's also congratulations in order for you, Phil, for the first TechMax event. I hear it went down very well, and everyone was very pleased with how it ran, and everyone enjoyed themselves. I know Paul did, definitely. So just thought I'd get your congratulations to you and Jenny there for you.
Thank you very much. I think it was the free beer is why they were so happy at the end of the night, to be honest with you. I think that might have something to do with it, but
maybe always helps, doesn't it?
That's it.
So I guess we've sort of already glossed over a little bit about who we are, so a little bit more on that. So Neil, as he said, is the CEO of i3i. He's well established in the industry, in excess of 20 years experience. And he started the business alongside his business partner, Gavin Rose. Paul, as he mentioned, is the head of business development. He approached Neil in early 2022 with the aspirations of running or being part of a gaming company, and has since spearheaded the day-to-day workings, including generating sales, business processes, and onboarding me in sort of mid-April of 2022. I had previously worked with Neil and Gavin, and they offered me the opportunity to come on board. Haven't looked back since. One thing that's probably definitely worth mentioning, I am the dedicated account manager for Tech for Techs. So if anyone wants to hear any more about it, I know Phil's got my information. If we can have that flashed up at some point, that'd be excellent. And feel free to contact me. There you go. Emails there, phone number, any questions, anything else you'd like to know, please feel free to fire that away. Moving on, as we've said, Matthew is the MD of Ékleer and KTC. He and Neil go back almost 20 years, and by utilising that relationship, we're able to work closely and get cutting-edge products. We've got plenty of prototypes coming in, new exciting things in the pipeline. You're going to see one of those this evening, but we'll let Matthew talk about that a little bit later on. And finally, Russell, as we've seen, he's the regional manager for Lexar. Again, another long-standing relationship between him and Neil. We get a great, honest insight from him, particularly, obviously, in the memory sector, and more specifically, the gaming memory sector, which is probably more poignant for us. And of course, he gives us the invaluable insight into marketing as well, as he does the marketing for Lexar as well. So that's a little bit about us, a little bit about who we are and how we've all met. And so I guess I'm going to hand over to Paul now to give you a little bit about i3i and the sort of company itself.
Yes, thanks, Seb. So just to sort of add to the timeline of i3i, originally when I joined, the initial brands given to us was Techwear. Techwear is a gaming peripherals brand, if you don't know it, so cases, keyboards, mice, etc. We work very closely with a guy called Justin Fletcher on this. We really believe in the product in terms of the quality and the sweet spot of the price on those as well. And over the last couple of months, we've seen really good growth, and resellers and independents and builders are starting to believe that mantra as well. Alongside that, Ékleer, Matthew was introduced to us, along with KTC, which is a really high-end gaming monitor brand, which we won't talk about this evening, but it will be coming into a future live, hopefully. And then finally, we've got Russell. We literally just signed with him just before the TechMax event. So anyone who attended the TechMax event will have seen myself and Russell on the Lexar stand. And it was great to see you all. Again, to reiterate what Seb said, it was a fantastic event. Really, really good atmosphere. So yeah, fantastic. So now, without further ado, we're going to pass to the MD, Matthew. Bless him, it's at 4 a.m, so he's committed to this. So we're going to pass to him, and then me and Seb are going to try our best to be model cameramen and actors, and give you sort of a demo of the products as he sort of talks about Ékleer, the vision, and sort of talking over the products.
Okay, thanks, Paul. And this is Matthew. I'm the CEO of Ékleer. I'm very much excited to present and who we are and what we are going to do. So we are the monitor guy, but we are doing something special for smartphone companion monitor. So as you know, it's probably the smartphone would be the key essential the devices for every day for work and leisure. But however, the smartphone has the major limitation. One is less than the 7-inch small screen. The other one is, have you ever tried to the smartphone composing just like an Excel document? Because the smartphone has the touch keyboard, but the touch keyboard is not composing the document, just like a retrieving purpose. However, the smartphone is quite computing the power equivalent like an entry-level laptop. But so using the smartphone only for just taking the picture or some browsing, why not we can work like a smartphone like a PC? This is I'd like to show our product first. So this is Ékleer, is a 24-inch. It can be connected to the smartphone to the monitor via Type-C, and then it can be connected also the keyboard and mouse. Now you can see the full desktop mode on your smartphone. You can make any Excel document or PowerPoint is much easily. Okay, so this is we can show to the demo. So our 24-inch is IPS technology, is the super crystal display, and also the 300 candela is the brightness. We like to enhance our brightness compared to the normal in the market, 220 to up to 250. Our brightness level is much enhanced. So this is the 24-inch product. So now I'd like to show you into our 27-inch product. So this is the same, the familiar look as a 24, but you can see the monitor is connecting to the one laptop. So one for the Type-C and the other one for the HDMI. Here we go. So if you have a laptop, normally the laptop has only one I/O, is a HDMI connection. But if you wanted to have the third screen, either you need to have a HDMI splitter to connecting there. However, our I/O has one HDMI and one Type-C. You can see you can have a 3 different screen mode. At the same time, this is a very unique feature I'd like to emphasize. Our Type-C enable to power to your laptop. If your laptop has a Thunderbolt 3 is a capability, you can see is from the monitor charging your laptop. So this is the everyday you need to go into the office, you need to carry on your own laptop charger. So, and then you can find some power plug underneath the desk. But this one is one simple line on your desk. It can be charging your laptop as well as you can display to your monitor. This is our 27-inch product. So now I'd like to show our new product. Is showing the 16.1-inch the portable monitor. So this is in the market. This portable monitor is a lot of people is interesting. It has a new category of the product. So, but ours on the portable monitor is something different than other in the market. The first one, our charger has a 65 watt the PD charger with the GaN technology. So far, we are the only one has this 65 watt the GaN charger. And also, we like to provide the 3 different international is a power plug, so that you can traveling to the other continental has a different power voltage and power plug. So you don't have to be worried about. We just give you some basic the different shape of the power plug. Whether you can go into the US, you can go into the Asia. So wherever you're going, you can have the one charger is you can use our monitor. So now I can connect into some iPhone. This is the iPhone mirroring to our monitor. So most of the monitor is iPhone, as you know, is very strict on the mirroring on their screen, but we can have some mirroring to the iPhone or the monitor. So now I'd like to show you to connect into the laptop. One of our distinct is the feature of our product, so-called passing through the power. So if you connect into the laptop using our charger and our monitor to connect to the laptop. If so, you can see the laptop can be charging from the monitor like our 27-inch product. In reverse way, using our charger from the monitor, from the laptop to the monitor, also the monitor can be charging up.
That was our mini little demonstration for you there, guys. I hope you appreciated the camera work.
Yes, this is the brief demo.
I think we lost a bit.
I think we
I
got.
have it, but I'm not sure. Lost sound from
Phil, I think you're on mute.
How about now?
No,
Yeah,
all good.
There we go.
Here we go.
The most famous saying of the last 2 or 3 years, you're muted. There you go. I went and fell for it myself. So there we go. So yeah, that was pretty good. That was, guys. So apologies about the mic issue. But yeah, it was very clear. I think we pretty much gathered everything what was going off there. So that was pretty good. So have you got anything else to show us off then, Seb or Paul? Or are we passing on?
We have, but we'll show it when Russell does his bit. We've got some RAM to show off. Yeah,
Maybe do that at the end once Russell's messenger pigeon gets to us.
That's it. So is Russell up next then, is he?
Here we go.
I'm here waiting. No. Phil, are you showing the presentation now?
I'll stick it up for you. There you go.
I think if we want to flick down a couple of slides to the, and again, lovely photo of Paul there at TechMax. And one further. Happy days. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, guys. And again, as Phil has said, for some reason, a massive delay coming through to the video. So if I keep talking, you won't. It's only when other people talk, you jump in, that it seems to be a problem. You know, I was working with a lot of tech and IT guys. I'm sure we can get this sorted out after this call. So yeah, just wanted to speak a little bit about Lexar, and of course where we've come from, where we're going, and what we do well. I've been in this industry now 24 year memory, be it by industrial distribution or manufacturing. I worked with Lexar, actually, Phil, in a second, if you can just jump to the next slide. I worked with Lexar, or the ownership and parent company behind Lexar, a company called Longsys. So Longsys, for 12 years, I was working with a NAND and DRAM company, a very well-known company in the UK. And Longsys were OEM supplier. High quality products, great new launches coming through. The technology was really pinpointed to the advanced sector of both NAND and DRAM. So for my side of things, as I was the head of product management, so both testing and buying the product from Longsys, I really believe in their quality. Now, Lexar, of course, as most will or may not know, was born from Micron as a photographic brand, typically for memory cards, be it micro SD, be it now the compact flash or CF Express. And they had that brand as Lexar for this product. Of course, their business was a crucial brand. What happened is the ongoing future and growth industry of the memory card and USB market. So they decided to sell the brand. Now they sold the brand to Longsys, who had been a partner of Micron for many, many years, manufacturing products for them, and obviously as a partner, as a buyer, and one of the largest customers of Micron. Longsys they were going to take forward, and rather than just being brand or just being the OEM manufacturer, to take a brand globally. They bought this brand after, of course, some time of it being a popular, well-known, known for its high-quality brand. They bought the brand in 2017 from Micron, of which they continue to maintain their position and as obviously a leading global brand, memory cards, USB drives, readers, and storage drives of such. Next slide, please, Phil. What that gave them was a brand to hit the world with, to understand what they had to do for the world, rather than just being a very large engineering company. They then had to hit the channel. I've been working almost in the back of the last couple of years with Lexar to help build that channel with a team of 11 people across EMEA, who have had some very successful continuation business from the original Lexar. And now obviously growing into the different parts of their portfolio. Of course, as a leader in that memory story, they could not continue to manufacture memory cards and USBs and continuously hitting world records, in fact, for many of those, like the highest capacity, the fastest speed. We're launching now the world's fastest compact flash express for professional photographers. The fastest SSD, NVMe, all the rest of the competition caught up. So really, we are leading the way, as I say, with multiple awards, not just cards now. And in fact, some of the awards we have won are highly recommended. 6 highly recommended, actually, for text from Phil himself. and one as a month for our pre-mentioned NVMe high-speed NM800, which I seem to remember Phil had a great idea to not just test it at speed as we announced, but also to RAID it together. So there was two NVMe Gen 4 drives RAIDed together to get 14,500 megabyte, something quite impressive. But it just goes to show what we say is what we deliver. The product is of the best quality. I joined the company, knew the background of the engineering behind it. We're now 1,500 strong as a global entity. We've just launched IPO. Have just been accepted through the Chinese authorities for our IPO. To give an idea, which you may feel that Lexar is quite a small and entering the market brand. Currently running about $1.5 billion as a turnover for a company, so much bigger than people would know. Behind the scenes, and of course, the engineering company, we're about 50% total staff are engineering. But behind the scenes, we work a lot with aerospace. We work a lot with AI. We work a lot very strong with the automotive industry, and of course, going forward, the electric vehicles. And that's a lot of our industrial side of the business, having the great product that we've always had, but just bringing our brand to. And of course, now launching with the likes of internal, external SSD. This was a later addition. So in 2017, when the brand was taken over, we continued to rearrange our memory cards and USBs. In 2018 and 2019 was all about and global channel establishment. 2019, Lexar launched its first range of SSD, all client-based. We don't currently offer the Lexar brand towards any server other range than client. In 2020, we launched DRAM. And of course, the company behind the brand has been OEM for many, many years, so it was nothing new for us. And that was a DDR4. This is all client, no server RAM right now. And in 2021, we moved into Lexar gaming components. So obviously, DDR4 was then later launched as DDR5 at the end of 2021. And of course, right now we're pushing through and if I give you sort of an idea, sorry, Phil, next slide. Sorry, I'm the one that's paid. Great. Okay, so to give an idea, this is Lexar's current lineup of memory. I've been working on the Q3 roadmap and sharing it with the team, and we have something in the region of another 17 new devices launching, typically majority of which are DDR4 and DDR5 memory. But for the rest of the year, another 17 for professionals and gaming. So it gives you an idea. We've come into this market later than most, and I would say 2023 we would have caught up, and certainly with the emphasis on gaming. To give you an idea of our SSD series, we actually have 9 separate series of SSDs, 3 of which are SATA 3, including 2.5-inch as your standard a SATA 3 2.5-inch SSD, and one of those is an M.2 SATA 3. We have 2 series NVMe Gen 3, and of course, in fact, we've gone through a process where we, in the last 2 years, have had 5 versions. The earlier 2 sort of coming out now with a very strong number with, as I say, 2 Gen 3. And we now, and to emphasize our importance into gaming, we actually have 4 of our SSD series are Gen 4x4. So this gives you a full idea of where we are. So on the right-hand side, you can see those into TechMax would have seen the SL660 Blaze. This is our portable RGB SSD, hitting a 2,000 megabytes per second read speed for gaming, obviously for console editions, for editions of games externally. Our NM800, which was our SSD, and that's received a award from Phil, has now been superseded, funnily enough, with the NM800 Pro. So now we're sitting at 7,500 megabytes a second read and 6,300 megabytes write, which is, as you know, those of you who know the market, that's right up there in the top and actually exceeding where competition are right now. It's currently available in 512 and 1 terabyte. And when the market picks up for that demand in Gen 4, we'll be at 2 terabyte. Then launched a slower speed, but as well as very, as we call high performance, the NM760, another Gen 4, but this time it just gives, it's a cashless, so it's DRAMless, unlike the NM800. It gives user more of a price point product. You may have seen yesterday's award, highly recommended award, and the review that Phil did, hitting the speeds of, and that's literally launching, well, last week. This product was launched last week, so it's right off the cuff. On the modules, of course, we offer a whole range, and in fact, we have 14 different styles of client DRAM right now. For a standard DDR4, be it 3200, or we even continue to range the 4 gig and 8 gigabyte 2666 speeds. But 3200, of course, is now in the main. But many people are pulled away from the 2666, new to supply those who need that. We have one standard speed DDR5 that we launched late December, between Christmas and New Year. Actually, was the launch. But again, more emphasis on where we are in the gaming sector is that we have 9, so 7 of which are currently DDR4 and still developing DDR4, because we still feel that in the next 12 months it will have demand. But of course, we have 2 DDR5s as well, and many more DDR5s planned. So we got a 5200 DDR5 overclockable. In the next, there's 6000. It will also be RGB, so be gaming. We'll have the 64 by the end of the year, so mid Q4. So it really emphasizes where we're going in that market. And of course, gaming is our passion. In fact, Lexar in China and in Hong Kong have some gaming shows where hundreds of gamers all came up to really test the new products, and gaming competitions were won. And it was something quite amazing. We plan to bring that to Europe as well in the next coming year and a half, so we get a chance to what we're working on, where we're going. We have some great partners we're working with in the game industry, both in influence style and as well as tech for techs. Working very closely with our latest ambassador, Jason Bradbury, which you may know from the Gadget Show originally. Has run a couple of Twitter videos on our behalf and testing and shown some of the idea. You know, Lexar really taking the memory market seriously. Okay, Phil, next slide, please. So, as we mentioned, and one of our flagship products, let's say, it's been our DDR4. We have a 3866 and a 4000. It's overclockable. In fact, there's a twin. There's a kit of 2 8 modules, so 16 gigabyte, available in this show to win. You know, what can I say? It's very good speed. It says on the tin. However, the difference is, and some now have actually launched the same. If you've seen the product and you've seen it actually in working along, the RGB sync is fantastic. We work with all of the top software companies, of course, and motherboard companies, work alongside with their syncing software, as well as offering our own. What's gone very well is the white heatsink. We've got quite a sexy heatsink range. We have engineers constantly working on heatsinks all day, every day, just the heatsinks. And they come out with some fantastic products in it. And of course, overclockable product and all the lighting controls do optimize and work extremely well. And as I say, after the show, someone will win a set of these. This is just to show that there as well as just internal. We have an external product, and we've won the Red Dot Awards for design on both this and the previous areas that we just showed. This product is fantastic. I've used one myself. One was given away as well at TechMax, and we've had some great review back from the winner. It's high speed. It's really, really sexy looking. I mean, as the guys have said, my link today is not so great. My laptop's in need of replacement, so I want my own webcam. But just goes to show, you know, we're hitting it in various different markets for both SSD and our DRAM for gaming. Okay, thanks, Phil. That's that one. An idea as well, just before I clock off, is Lexar as 100 current employees. We actually launched in 2019 the world's first memory museum. So again, to show the right from the very early day memory by a format film for photography, and yeah, I'm yet to go and see that because of the pandemic. I have not been able to get over there. Museum, I understand, is fantastic. It sits alongside our Lexar Quality Labs. So just to give you an idea, we have space also racked up with all the formats of host cameras, dash cams, PCs, laptops. We actually have over 1,100 digital tests relentlessly prior to the first product going out for sale. So yeah, just give you an idea about Lexar. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for that, Russell, and apologies to anyone who had troubles listening to Russell, but if you want a really brief breakdown of what he was saying, they've got some really, really good RAM, some really, really good SSDs, and I would highly recommend them myself. So if you are struggling understanding him, that's basically what he's saying, and I must admit, I do like the Lexar stuff. They've had some pretty nice stuff coming out over the last couple of years, and each time something comes out, it seems to be of a high quality. I don't seem to see any of these shall we say, some brands bring out new technology and it's usually cheap rubbish a lot of the time or a copy. It seems like each thing is being thought out properly and is well made. So I must admit, I do like the Lexar products, and I must admit as well, I do like the Ékleer monitors as well. We've actually got one of them set up in our studio and one of the main editing machines, so they are pretty good as well. So let's move on then. Let's just quickly go through chat before we go any further. So guys, if you are in chat and you're watching, hopefully you are, if you haven't already, make sure you enter the competition. You've got a chance of winning. Let me make sure I've got it right. One of the Ékleer 24-inch screens. We've also got a 27-inch screen, a kit of 2 sticks of 8 gigs of the Aries Lexar DDR4 memory, which is RGB and overclocked. And then we've got the Techwear Forge L case as well, which is a pretty good case. We also reviewed that in the past. If you want to look at it, it's a very good case as well. I can't remember what we rated it, but it was either recommended or highly recommended as well. So I'm going to copy the link and just put that into chat again so you can actually click the link. So you'll see something for SurveyMonkey. Click that, fill in the questions, and then they'll enter you into the competition, and then you got a chance of winning one of these items. Obviously, because this is a trade show, then obviously I would suggest you enter the competition, because we're not going to have like thousands and thousands of people entering it. So it's usually a high chance that you could win something. So make sure you do. So let me pass you on to Neil first before we go any further. So Neil, if you would like to jump in.
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, I just want to add a few words to what's been said so far. Firstly, thank you, Russell, for your brief explanation on Lexar. We did put you at the end of the conversation in case it ran on to the bitter end, but you managed to keep it in a good time slot. Thank you very much. Good evening to Jamaica. 10 points for you tonight. I'm talking from Taiwan, and we have Matthew from Korea, so it truly is an international event tonight. I'd just like to obviously just add a few brief points to what was just discussed from Matthew, and mainly from Matthew, to be honest. So first point I would like to add is, in case any of you are going to Berlin and to the IFA show in September, we have a two stands present in IFA in Berlin. We have one for Lexar and we have one for Ékleer, in case any of the independents or any of the guys attending are going to Berlin in the beginning of September. Now I'd just like to say a few words in respect to the Ékleer and Matthew. Obviously, Matthew's very long IT and background and somewhat of a display specialist. I would say in this particular sentence, he's become a specialist in displays. Before he founded Ékleer, he was, for example, the executive director running Sharp business brand for displays. I think one of the unique things about this type of product, as we sort of go through the whole COVID time and everything has changed, and there's the home office concept, and this word hybrid office space comes into talk quite a lot more. This is all the products we're offering from Ékleer, whether it be a desk-based solution or the 16.1-inch portable display, they're all some kind of or some form of portable hybrid office space solutions, offering efficiency to companies, but also frequent travelers and of the likes. The 16.1-inch portable, what you've just seen there is the final prototype, and we are the flight when we fly these things in from our factory will be starting to sell at the end of August. We are fighting, as some of you guys have seen, I would say dollar issues, because the dollars became very strong against the pound and the euro, but we are committed to launching this product with an MSRP of $199.99 to the UK marketplace. I think also one of the key points is about Ékleer is the attention to detail, trying to look at the differentiation of what can be done, and that's obviously the key thing. If you want to make a good summary of Ékleer, it's like a monitor and a docking station in one. That's maybe to simplify it. Obviously, with the additional points that it's got the power functions on the 27-inch, like the 65-watt powerable solution. With that, I would say the attention to the quality, the brightness, the features for the user needs based upon all the experiences that we gathered, but also the accessories, even down to the point where you have to consider what type of USB-C cables you're using. These are not standard USB-C cables. They're very thick cables, very high quality, because they're not just carrying data, but they're also carrying power and also display images. So these are all small things that when people just say, oh yes, this comes with 2 USB-Cs in the box, it's not just about the fact that it comes with a standard cable. These are specialized cables and solutions to fit our product requirements. So one of the things is you have to think about is not just the hybrid space, but I would also consider the attention to what I'm going to say is the peer pressure, and that's the smartphone addition functions of the smartphone, because obviously our guys have displayed well on the 24-inch, utilizing a smartphone, just like having Excel, Word, Outlook, and things like that running through an Office 365 application. There's a lot of peer pressure. Have the best phone, have the best notebook, and this puts lots of pressures on families and things like that, especially for kids in schools and things like that. Why not have a much cheaper solution to have an Android phone with an Ékleer monitor, hook it up, and then you can have a much more affordable online solution that the kids can actually be trying to do homework for schools as well as having a good phone, because most kids spend the time on their phones these days reading Facebook, Instagram, and things like that as it is. And also, if your family's struggling to have a good, it depends on the rural area that you are or the country that you might live in, because obviously we sell these and targeting markets like the Philippines, where broadband is very poor. But if you have a very bad broadband connection, that might be Russell's problem. You could also consider using a smartphone and connecting that to the display, and then you're using the 4 or 5G network to power your device rather than relying on the broadband solutions. So these are all the features and the considerations that have been made into the designing of all the Ékleer products. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Okay, thank you for that, Neil. So, right, so we're going to have a Q&A in a few seconds, guys. So if you want to send any questions in, you've got about any of these products, you want to know who i3i is, you want to know, well, Lexar, if you haven't already understood Russell's presentation, you want to know who they are, it's there. If you want to know who Ékleer is, if you want to know if Seb and Paul couldn't afford 2 different computers, so they had to share one, whatever you want to ask, feel free, ask it. Even if you want to know what they had for the lunch, I'm pretty sure someone will answer the question. Right, let me just quickly go through chat. So, guys, we missed Richard Creedy saying, evening all, another Facebook user. Obviously, we mentioned already Robert's on holiday in Jamaica at the moment. So, yeah, that's pretty much it up to now. So, do you guys have anything else you want to add before we go on to the question and answers?
I think we're going to give away one of the Lexar 2 8GB RAM. We actually have a system here alongside the Techwear stuff that we can also sort of give you the sexy RGB angle. So if our camera work has been under test this evening, but hopefully you guys can see that. You'll notice with the Lexar RGB is that the RGB on the RAM is actually really, really bright, which is quite a good, what we found to be quite a good feedback from people who have been interested in them. So that's pretty good,
because I've come across a lot of RAM in the past where the RGB has just been a bit too dull. So yeah, it does look pretty bright. That does.
But yeah, no. Other than that, I suppose we've had some sort of technical issues with Russell, bless him. So if anyone does fancy going through that 20-minute presentation, not sure why, feel free to reach out to Seb, and he can also get Russell involved. Russell loves to chat, as you're well now aware. So I'm sure he'd be able to put you in touch with Russell if anyone were particularly interested in Lexar.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So let me turn the chat back on. We have just had a question come through, which is good because someone asked this before the show, and it is, do i3i take non-VAT registered sole traders, and will they operate a pay-as-you-buy account instead of a credit account for those who don't want to obviously get into debt and on this, that, and the other? So I'm not sure who's going to answer that question. I think that will probably go into Neil, I think, if I'm right.
Yes, sure. Yeah, from our point of view, i3i distribution, we don't worry about the fact if you're VAT registered or non-VAT registered. We will obviously send out a VAT-based invoice, as every UK trading company will do, but we do not distinguish or block non-VAT registered sole traders. And if you wish to pay cash down to buy as you go, no problem at all by us.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So I think that pretty much answers your answer there, Richard. So you don't have to worry about not being VAT registered if that's the case. So I've also got question came in before the show. I'll put it in a bit of politer terms, but or more basic terms is, what is the relationship between i3i and Terra?
Okay, I'll stick with that one as well then, yeah. Of course, someone did a bit, I think one of the questions came on that they did research about their suppliers. Yes, the registered address is the same address. I'm a shareholder in both, and myself and Gavin are a shareholder in both companies, but not all the shareholders are the same. So i3i is an totally independent company, separate operations, separate staff, separate warehousing, and totally independent, apart from the fact that it shares the same registered address. I think one of the highlighting points is why we put a bit of emphasis on to grow i3i and actually grow i3i during and after the Brexit period, was the fact that this is the distinguishing point between the two brands. If you say Terra is a German-based headquartered company and UK is its operations subsidiary, and all the goods are held in Germany, and Terra is a much more B2B focused business, while the operations within the i3i distributions are B2B and B2C. And we also cover much more in the gaming sections, and obviously the stock is all held within UK. That obviously makes things easier from an import, export, and a delivery perspective compared to Terra. I would say that's probably the key differentiating factors. It's not competitive in that sense. All the franchises don't have any conflict. If you wish to buy from Terra, wonderful. If you wish to buy from i3i, also wonderful.
Okay, that's pretty good. And we've had a message just saying evening all from, I'm not going to read your full name out because it's quite a long one, but My Gadget Repairs. And we've also got Macaulay agreeing with Richard saying I prefer to pay as you go, find it harder to manage credit accounts and remember to pay them. Good point, Richard. And yeah, it's something I've always done, or at least in the last few years. You always know where your money is if you're paying as you go, but obviously some people prefer credit and depending on obviously how things are coming in and out. So yes, definitely there. Guys, if you have got any more questions for these guys, send them in, and obviously we'll ask them. So just don't forget, though, they do have a competition going. So I'll put the link in the chat one last time. So if you click on that link, fill in the form, you've got a chance of winning one of 2 monitors. That's if my camera doesn't keep going upwards. I think it's breaking at the moment. One sec. There we go. You should be able to see me. Not as bad as Lexar's computer, though, Russell, with his delay. But anyway, let's get back to that. So if you want to join the competition, make sure you click the link I've just put in. The link will take you to a survey. Fill the survey in, and there's a chance of winning one of 2 monitors. You've got an 8 gig memory kit, as well as a case as well, the Forge L case. So make sure you go for that. Right, so I do have another question what came in before the show. It was, here we go. How warranties handled? Do I have to send them off to a distributor, to the vendor? What happens if I get some dead, I don't know, software, dead products, hardware? Let's just say one of the monitors goes bust on delivery, or the RAM, or whatever it may be.
Sure. I think one of them questions sort of just overlapped with, and I don't want to be impolite towards him because I don't want to try to pronounce that name, but
if you call him Matt, I actually caught up with him post.
Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, Matt's here. So part of that question's in there as well for the warranty management. So if we just keep it simple on Ékleer and Lexar. Lexar, we're flexible. So in this sense, some companies insist upon like having it simple, like just return and get a credit, and some companies insist upon getting a swap, as long as the product is still a sellable product and it's not like a totally dead end of life product and it's not replaceable, and we can offer a replacement solution if you so wish, but otherwise we can also offer a credit solution. In the sense of Ékleer, what we're doing in the UK is we're doing a 2-year advanced replacement warranty. We stick behind our brand, but also because we're selling to B2B and B2C customers, this product, we're going to just advance replace the product to you at our cost, ship it out, and we'll collect the item from your customer or from your premises and bring it back to our goods. And then obviously we have to deal with repairs and take that back to our stock because you already have a brand new part as a replacement. In the sense of Matt's had additional point, I'll just roll into Matt's again just to keep it flowing. Order quantity, because we're our model is also, we'd rather sell 1,000 pieces to 1,000 customers. I hope that covers the answer in the simplest way. We're happy to sell any. There's no minimum order quantity. If you order one Ékleer, 1 packet of Lexar RAM, whatever it might be, that's fine by us. Obviously, we charge shipping, and we're typically using the Parcel Force and DHL to ship our goods. And obviously, the return-wise, as I said, we've covered that off. It just depends on the product. We customize the warranty around the product needs.
Just to pick up and follow on from that, Gavin and Neil's approach is always sort of to myself and Seb is to approach anyone. We don't discriminate in the sense of order quantities. We're very happy to sell 1 pieces, and as Neil said, we're happy to sell to 100 customers 1 pieces, and that adds up to 100 for us. So yeah, we don't discriminate in that way. Just to answer Macaulay's question, again, we really enjoy working with independents and the smaller guys. So actually, we're happy to try and help you with the sense of marketing material. So we do sort of custom requests and have that clear communication line with you. So if you're requiring sort of things for your website or any sort of marketing material, we can provide pictures for you. So yeah, we pride ourselves on being helpful to help you guys grow, which obviously would benefit us. So, yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant.
I think one additional point about marketing is also Go on.
Not you.
Sorry. It takes a while to get through. Just based on the marketing material, Lexar have a whole range of creative products available. So point of sale displays for your shop, and of course, becoming a Lexar customer, as soon as you look to pick up some RAM or some SD, we can certainly arrange that for you. We can do some custom made window banners or something that will help emphasize our shop, absolutely no problem. As I say, we have a range. We also have a great creative team. We can work with i3i, and we can get some nice market.
I don't know if it's too early to say it, Russell, because I know obviously we're working on that possible RAM demonstration device, if you want to call it like that, RAM in a box POS thing.
Yes. This one we have
Yes.
here. So at the moment, it's just literally early demo. So I'm understanding. So there's literally 2 in the world at the moment of these. They're working on having them manufactured in a larger scale. So yeah, certainly do. And we should know a bit more in the next month. Certainly we're having some more made for us to display our products at IFA. And we're pushing through from a Myanmar is to get some of these into your stock at i3i, so that let's say when customer buys a certain, and they can then have that product sat on the shelf displaying RGB modules. It's a real fantastic display box. Of course, it's RGB aimed purely because of the visuals, but yeah, and it shows all the process of click through different colors, and of course the swoosh. So yeah, we should know about 3 or 4 weeks on that, Neil.
Cool, thank you. I think also one thing to highlight, it's sort of marketing, but it's also the availability of our staff. If any of you are attending a Chamber of Commerce event or doing any types of exhibitions or have needs, I know Seb and Paul might look young, but we run the company old school. And in that sense, by being old school, we are very much visit the customer orientated. So if any of you would like to visit from Seb or Paul, you're more than welcome to request them to come in, do product demonstrations. If you yourself have a product demonstration day or a shop day, we're more than glad to rock up to your place and bring along samples and some giveaways and things like that to help you promote your business.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So thank you for, I think it's pronounced Savage, if I'm correct, Matt. And thank you again, Macaulay, as well for that. Let me know if I've murdered your name or not, Matt, because I'm pretty sure it's Savage or something along that lines. Right. He's asking, do you have an updated price list as well, spreadsheet, website that we can access when and if needed?
So we're just about to release our Lexar one. So we're currently building it up, and obviously having with the dollar rate, it's causing some complications, but that's coming very soon. And then we also have all the other sort of price lists and any info you need. So again, just drop myself or Seb an email, and we can send those to you. We don't have a sort of online resellers price list on our website just yet. We'll look to get that added, and we'll also look to be coming on stock in the channel. I think that's right, Neil, very shortly.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys will use that as your point of reference. So yes, we're working hard to get ourselves on that also.
Yeah, at the moment we're working to launch a new stock on the channel page. If some of you are taking feeds, we can offer you immediately a FTP-based feed if you'd rather pull a feed into your system. And possibly in the coming weeks as well, we are going to be working with Synaxon. So if some of you are using Synaxon Aegis system, you're more than welcome to use that as well.
Okay, I think that pretty much answers his question. It looks like Macaulay likes a bit of touch and feel as well for you there, Russell. So you, I think you better watch out. I think.
I'm not sure how well. I'm not sure how well this can be seen from my really bad camera. Modules running through it. It's terrible, isn't it? From what I can see myself, the bad lighting. But it's a real.
I don't think it's doing it any.
Touch and feel.
Our goal with this is that
no. Anyway,
yeah, our goal with that is we're pushing Lexar that we can make a promotion towards the likes of Tech for Tech's customers, and then effectively make an offer that, for example, you buy 20 sticks of or 20 products from Lexar, then you get a free gadget. for the desk for your showrooms to be able to demonstrate the products with. So we're working on that with them as a sort of NFR type of cross spiff promotion. And once we have something clear on that, we'll get in touch with Phil, and Tech for Techs can do a press release on that.
Okay, sounds pretty good. We've got My Gadget Repair sending in. Do you have an API for CRM providers like us so our customers can order directly from our CRM?
Oh, that's even too complicated answer, that, isn't it?
I'll let you reread it.
Do you have an API for CM providers that us customers can directly order from our CRM? In that respect, we have obviously the FTP feed. You can pull the feed in and you can order it in the sense of a link. We'll be using typically we're going to go down the route of Stock on the Channel and Aegis with the Synaxon. So that's the API link in that sense rather than us. So their orders come through to us because of that linkage.
Okay, sounds pretty good. One of the messages someone sent me, I don't know why they didn't want to post it in the show, but it says, are you planning on having any other vendors on board, Neil?
We're constantly adding vendors, to be honest. We're discussing with a few new vendors at present. Obviously, the exciting thing, which we could have showed you some products today, but because we're just going through right now the final ROHS certification of the KTC product. KTC product is a very, very nice gaming orientated monitor solution. We're going to be having in UK 4 models coming to the UK. Hopefully, also the containers will leave within the end of July, August time period but that's by ship. The difference between our new Ékleer portable monitor, the Ékleer portable monitors, we're going to fly them in. The other Ékleer monitors come by ship, and the KTC monitors obviously come by container ship. And the KTC monitors are a 40-inch and a 42-inch and a 48-inch OLED display. A monitor, so a gaming monitor with a very RGB based stand. We also have a 32-inch curved solution and a 27-inch HDR 1000 solution.
Okay,
so these
sounds
are
like quite a few bits.
Yeah, so these 4 monitors we're just getting some new RHS compliance and CE done at the manufacturing side, and then we are representing exclusively KTC in Europe and also Ékleer in Europe exclusively.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Right, guys, before we end the show in a few minutes, if you have got any more questions, send them through. Otherwise, well, they don't get asked. It's as simple as that. One question I do have also from the same person was saying, how do I set an account up? So I think I'll leave that one with you, Seb, considering you're going to be the dedicated account manager.
Yeah, absolutely. Drop me an email and I'll get account application details over to you, and we can start the ball rolling from there. Really nice and simple. Drop me a message, say, looking to open an account. It'd be great if you put your website or tell me a little bit about yourself. It'll help me to sort of gauge what we can do for you and how we can help out. But yeah, details are on the screen. Grab me on any of those. The office hours are 9 to 5, Monday to Thursday, and 9 to 4:30 on a Friday. So that's when you'll be able to phone me. But of course, drop me an email and I'll pick that up as soon as possible.
There we go. That's pretty good. Also, guys, if you are watching this show afterwards and you can't see the links or whatever, send me a message. Most of you got my details, or contact us on the Tech for Tech's website and I'll pass on your details so you can get in contact with them. So it's pretty straightforward. Right, looks like everyone's questioned out for now. So let's go around and do some final thoughts or anything else you would like to add. So we'll start with Seb and Paul first. Have you got anything else you would like to add in?
I think I touched on it slightly when answering one of the questions. I'd just like to sort of reiterate that myself and Seb and Neil touched on it as well, that we are really enjoying the old school side of business. So one thing we pride ourselves in is that level of service and having a relationship with the independents and you guys, and watching you guys grow and things like that. So we really pride ourselves in providing high quality service. As I said, we're happy to sell you 1 or 100 or 1,000 units. It doesn't matter to us. We don't sort of pick and choose or cherry pick the big ones, as it were. So yeah, please reach out. We're super approachable. We are young, but as I said, we like to mix it old school. So yeah.
That sounds pretty good. It's one of the reasons I use distributors and buying online is because you're that connection you have with your account manager and so forth. So it's something I always suggest with most people. Always say, "Oh well, I looked on the website and it's whatever price, and I can get it cheaper." A lot of times, if you contact your account manager, it can do your special deals or help you out or offer things what you can't get when you're buying elsewhere. So yeah, definitely get in contact with Seb. His details were on the screen. I'll stick them on again right at the end of the show so you can see them as well. So Matthew, do you have anything else you would like to add?
Once again, thanks for letting me to join this show. I'm very much excited to present ourselves through the i3i distribution. So i3i is our sole partner in the whole Europe. So I'm very much honored to work with them.
That's pretty good, and it was nice to actually meet you as well as actually review some of your products. It'd be very interesting to see more products as they come through and see how they improve over time as well. And I'm going to say we did recommend the monitors they had, so I would suggest people have a look at them. Next up, we'll go to Russell. He'll probably hear this in about, I don't know, by this time next week, I think. But if you can actually reply, Russell, and let us know if you've got any last-minute thoughts.
Yeah, I do. I'm jumping straight away. Sorry, I give the delay. The issue is whether it's my mesh system, network, broadband, whatever it's for next time. No, I just wanted to reiterate what all the guys have said. As Seb originally said, Neil and I've worked together for 18 years now, from our background in the memory industry. When Neil and I first spoke and the setup of i3i, I knew it would work. We have distribution in the UK, but what we don't have is an accessibility to the likes of you guys. Where Phil is reviewing our products, it's not getting to the right people. i3i, as I've said, 7 Paul, you can buy 1 piece, 100 pieces. It really works for us like that. So it gets our products out there and makes them accessible for everyone. So yeah, real thanks again to Phil for reconnecting the i3i side of things for me. And so yeah, really looking forward to working both with you as customers and i3i going forward. Thanks again.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. If you guys didn't understand what Russell at Lexar says, he basically said buy Lexar. Okay, so on to Neil now.
I also say buy Lexar. Buy Lexar, buy Ékleer, buy Ékleer, buy KTC. Never be afraid to ask a question. We're open book. Just approach our guys. We're flexible to try to be as good as we can. I think one thing from Matt's about delivery time, obviously, as long as it's on the stock and you meet our cut-off times, then there'll be next day delivery at your premises in the UK. That's obviously one small question we did miss. But yeah, other than that, I think it's just been a pleasure to have the chance to present our products, and I appreciate the time in the evening, especially from Matthew getting up at very early in the morning to take part, and Russell spending his time in a different world and a different realm of the lag zone, and
parallel
appreciate the fact that you guys have came on this evening and heard our products, and we hope we can do some good business with you soon.
That's no problem. Well, thank you very much, guys, for all of you joining. Obviously, Neil for reaching out originally. Obviously, Russell, been working with him for a few years now. Nice to meet you as well, Matthew. And obviously, 7 Paul, it's good to actually, well, obviously I met you, Paul, a few weeks ago, but nice to put an actual face to a name, Seb. So, right, guys, so thank you all for watching. We do not have a show next week for a real big change of scenery. Me and the missus are actually going away for a few days, so there is no show next week, but we will be having one the following Thursday at 8 o'clock. Can't say exactly what yet because we're still waiting for someone to let me know 100%, but there will be something going off. So again, no show next week, but there'll be one the following week. If you're not a Tech for Techs member and you want to join Tech for Techs, it's totally free. Just go to the Tech for Techs website, which is techfortechs.co.uk, and go to /join. On there, you can basically click the button. It'll say join. You press that, and it'll ask you some questions. Make sure you answer those questions, otherwise we will not let you in. So again, answer the questions, otherwise you will not get in. It's totally free to join. Join over 1,400 techs like yourselves. And we've got vendors in there, we've got distributors in there, and obviously other repair shops, from home repair to the big stores like, well, I won't name them, but ones that earn millions of pounds every single probably day or week or whatever. So you've got a big variety. You can ask questions, from technical questions all the way down to what distributor do I get things at, or which vendor, or even business related questions about electricity, which is a big thing at the moment, and anything like that. So you've got all that. It's totally free to join. Again, it's www.techfortechs.co.uk/join, and it'll take you there and you'll be able to sign up. But otherwise, guys, I'd like to say thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time, not next week, but next time, which is in 2 weeks time, which is a Thursday at 8 p.m. So good night, everyone, and thank you for watching.